Oh, just want to congratulate Kansas. I thought Brandon and his team were really good tonight. Those kids played really hard. They executed some really good stuff in the half court, and their big kid in the middle really makes it a difference for them. They're a different team with having her presence in there. It allows those guards to do some things, and again, we probably played pretty hard, but playing hard don't win, and we just have too many mistakes right now. We have a team-wide issue with turnovers. We had 23. Free throw blockouts, in an overtime game, it's one possession. These Big 12 games are one possession games. We can't block out on a free throw blockout. They had 36 paint points. We had 14. I think that describes our lack of aggressiveness. And, we just, again, we've got a real bad turnover epidemic right now. I mean, you think about it, 23 turnovers that result in 18 Kansas points. And let's just say we don't turn it over but 15 times. Well, that's 8 more shots that we get, and if we shoot 40%, we're going to make 3 of them, we're going to win the game. But we just have a real issue right now with turning the ball over, and, thought Joe, played her heart out. He was Iron Woman tonight, played 41 minutes, almost 42, and, we got some other kids that played obviously a lot too, 39, 38, 36 for D, 38 for Long. Those kids are playing too many minutes. I've got to, trying to get Amo back and get her in where she can function a little bit. She's still getting back, and their ball screen action was a concern tonight. So just we're just not playing well. And at the end of the day, y'all, that's really what it comes down to is execution and playing well, not turning the ball over, and making good decisions. And so we'll keep working, and we'll keep coaching and teaching. But, we still have some some maturity issues, and those are things that we talked about in the locker room just now about having some Texas pride. Sometimes kids come to school here. I'm sure it's in every sport, and they just come to school here. They're just come to school here. They don't understand that when you come to the University of Texas, you come here and you come with a sense of pride and a sense of carrying on a tradition, especially in women's basketball, y'all. And there's got to be an ownership deal in that, and there's got to be that understanding of the people that have gone before you and a responsibility. I mean, hell, y'all see it every time somebody beats us. It's like they won a national championship. I mean, Kansas beat Texas before I got here, like the year before I got here, but it's still everybody's national championship. I get it. I understand it. It's fine. But I'm the only one getting it right now, I think. I mean, I understand it. But we'll get there. We're just, we're still a big work in progress, and again, we just got to stay after it. It's a long grind, long season. I was telling them after the game, we had a team back in '08. We just won the Big 12. And we started 1-4. We were picked to win the league again, and we started 1-4 before we've got it figured out and got it fixed, and reeled off a bunch after that. So we'll figure it out.
Joe, what's the frustration level in the locker room right now?
I wouldn't say it's so much frustration. It's a lot of disappointment right now. It's just disappointment. It's really hard to come out here, and I'm just so competitive. So it's just a lot of disappointment right now. That's what I'm feeling.
Rory, in the overtime session, what happened on that shot clock violation? Did you just lose track of time? What kind of happened on that?
Yeah, I just lost track of time.
Vic, with the turnovers, how does that problem get fixed?
Hey, it's something that I've been addressing for days and weeks now, and you just, you know, we practice with accountability and consequence. When you turn it over in practice, you got to go. You know, you got to run up in the stands, run back down, and get back in the game. And so that's how you fix it. You be accountable for it, and you know, it's not okay. I'm not just going to sit there and ask you, please don't turn it over. I mean, at some point we're going to have to address it, and there has to be an accountability piece, and we've been doing that. So just instilling and reinforcing it with, hey, that's not okay, and there's a punishment for that. You know, again, I wear all of it, y'all. Every bit of it. I wear all 23 turnovers. I wear, you know, they had 8 seconds left, I think, in you know, we went zone on them with 8 seconds. We were up 2, and I think they made a 3. I just was worried about them driving it on us. They had been putting their head down driving. She had foul trouble, and I just really was worried about that. And so we went zone for the first time all night, and they throw it over there to the one kid that can shoot it. And we talked about her. We talked about her being the one kid that can shoot it, and we lose her on one pass. But again, I hardly ever do that, y'all. Hardly ever do it. But it just felt like they were fixing to put their head down and drive it, and so we wanted to give them something different to look at, and so again, you know, we're all responsible, right? We all wear it, and you know, if I don't go to zone there, the worst thing that happens maybe is they make a 2 and the game's tied. But really felt like we could get by with it. We've been practicing zone and practice and doing a really good job with it. But the one kid that could shoot it that we identified, we took our eyes off of her. So.
Coach, how concerned are you with your bigs inside? You talked earlier you wanted them to, you know, be really aggressive, go in there, dunk, go to the rim and attack, and it seems like, you know, they're still getting pushed around a little bit. I know number 1 was good.
Well, I think it has more to do with our shot selection. You know, Lauren was 2 for 8. Dee was 6 for 13. I thought Dee played her guts out. She played really hard. I just think we talk to them about, okay, here's the shots they want you to take, and we go do it. We just we accommodate them. You know, their post players were 7 for 8, and again, they're the shots that they wanted, and so. Again, that contributes again to our paint points or lack of. We only have 14 paint points, and so we've, you know, it's just a work in progress right now with them. But I'm more, you know, offensively, 2 things. 1, we have no patience, and 2, we're really struggling making decisions with the ball, and so. If that's the case, then I got to start putting the ball in her hands and just leaving it in her hands until we're ready to do something, and take it out of everybody else's hands that is really struggling handling the ball. And I really don't want to do that, but I mean we're looking down the barrel, and it's getting to be, you know, it's getting to be an issue. You know, Joe only had 1 turnover tonight, but the other starting 5 went 3, 3, 4, and 7. 17 turnovers out of the other 4. 18 out of your starting 5. I mean, it's hard to win. We had 22 against UT Rio Grande. So, again, I thought we played hard. We just didn't play well. But we're still not the team, y'all, that we were back before Christmas, and even back before that. We've got several things that are keeping us from being that team. And so the only thing that's going to make that work is time and growth. Time and growth.
Rory, what do you think you can do to help with this turnover problem?
I just gotta be. I mean, obviously, like Coach says, as point guard, I'm responsible. I gotta get my team to be focused, and it starts in practice. It's too many. It's too much lack of focus. We'll have our moments, and then we'll just fall apart. So in practice, I'm just gonna have to start being more direct and aggressive with what I say, and I have my turnovers too. I just got to be smart in practice. I've got to take a risk in practice so I can see what I can and can't do in the game. But of course, everything starts in practice.
Joe, that's obviously a heavy load for a freshman. Is she capable of being that leader vocally and stepping up in practice like that?
It is a heavy load for a freshman, but she's here. You've seen what she can do. So I don't think she's incapable of doing or carrying the responsibility that coach wants her to carry. I don't think it's too hard for her. I think she's more than capable. You see how she can lead, so I don't think it's too hard for Rory at all.
Vic, Aaliyah, tonight, 11 minutes, was that just because the 3 fouls kind of put her in a weird spot?
Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't think she was, I thought she got the fouls early, wasn't engaged, didn't play really hard, and got herself in a bind. And, I'm disappointed in that. I mean, it's game day, man. You can't not be ready to go. And, I mean, 3 fouls and just to me wasn't locked in. So, again, that's part of the growth that we're talking about. There has to be an accountability and a responsibility that, hey, I wear the uniform that has Texas on the chest, and with that, I got to be great every day in everything I do. I mean, that's just the standard, right? But if you don't feel a responsibility that you're at Texas, I think it's really hard because everybody else looks at you that way. So, I don't think I think we got to play. Kids got to play really hard to play for me. And I thought she had some issues tonight playing hard. I didn't think she was ready to play. She got in foul trouble early. So, got to play kids that are going to play hard. At the end of the day, that's what it's about. And you got to be ready to go.
And it's not just having pride to be at Texas. You got to have pride in yourself. I mean, you can have pride for playing for Texas as much as you want, but if you don't have pride in yourself, then it's not going to get anywhere.
Coach, you mentioned the team before that didn't start too well in conference play, but it took you a while to figure it out. What about this team maybe gives you that confidence that you can figure it out? I mean, you obviously showed it before Christmas, but what about now that gives you that confidence going forward?
Well, I just, again, we've got to take our turnovers down to single digits. I mean, when we win at A&M, we had 7 turnovers. When we won at Stanford, I think we had 10 or 12. Maybe not that many. So my confidence is if we can ever get people to stop giving the other team the ball, I think we'll have a chance. I mean, we held them to 59 tonight. That's the number. 60's the number, right? That we were 59 all going into overtime. So, I mean, defensively, I thought we battled, but we and again, I was proud of how we battled. I mean, it wasn't our best night again, but unlike the Texas Tech game, we continued to fight and battle, even though we were struggling with the turnovers. So that's where my confidence level is. If I can get some accountability there with kids just stop turning it over, I think you'll see, we'll have a chance to win some games. But, you look out there, we were pretty young tonight at times. And, again, our older kids, we probably need to play better a little bit. Our older kids need to play a little bit better. And so, I've got to coach better and teach better at the end of the day. and so we'll continue to do that. But and it is a real frustrating deal now. Be over there in my shoes, and we're turning the ball. Like I've never had a team turn the ball over like we do. Like 20, 22, 23. I mean, we're inching higher and higher. Like I've never had that. And but I'm going to have to make some adjustments if we can't fix it. You know, I'm going to have to keep the ball in two people's hands, Joe, and then tell Rory, look, you ain't turning the ball over. And then we're going to have to go from there. So we'll keep working at it. But it's frustrating, y'all. It's frustrating for me as a coach. And again, I'm coaching it, so I'm obviously not getting through to them. And it's my responsibility. At the end of the day, it is my responsibility.
Vic, when you talk about the decision-making and those turnovers, how much of that factors in the idea of just overthinking every single pass or play? Is that a concept that you think is behind maybe some of those turnovers?
I tell you what I think some of it is. I think I've got some kids playing a lot of minutes, and when they're playing really hard, and so I think that's part of it. I don't think it's overthinking it as much as just Rory learning the speed of the game at this level. We ain't playing some three-name directional school now. We're playing people just as quick, just as athletic, 3 years older than you, veterans. They're coming for you. They don't care who you are, what you're about. And so I think that's part of it. And so, with our young kids, I just think it's a level of competition that they're getting used to. And so there's some growing pains right now. And again, we got no time. We're in the middle of a 15 games now left, 15-game stretch of monsters. So we're going to have to address it, fix it, and correct it. And because again, it's an overtime game with 23 turnovers. That's really an astounding number when you think about it. It's really hard to do, by the way. We got the game to overtime, held them to 59 points, and we still had 23 turnovers. That's what gives me hope.
Anything else, guys?
Appreciate y'all. Praise the Lord and hook 'em.